So yeah, hey everyone. Today we will be looking into the Google Gemini. Basically, the topic of this talk is building with Gemini. So we will have some part where we will also look into prompt engineering part as well as the Gemini models that Google just recently released. About me, I'm Abdul Raheem. I'm an ML engineer at Better Data. I have some community titles, including AWS Community Builder, GitHub Campus Expert, and Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. So today, this will look like kind of a brief roadmap that we will walk through. Okay, I just need to one thing. Should we go with bilingual? Should we go with Urdu language या फिर इंग्लिश? प्लीज़ चैट में थोड़ा सा बता दें so that मैं उस हिसाब से अपने आप को एडजस्ट करूँ. Anyone, any suggestion? Bilingual, okay. Anyone else? Urdu सही है, बेस्ट है. परफेक्ट. सो मैं ट्राई करता हूँ थोड़ा उर्दू और बाइलिंगुअल के अंदर चलते हैं. हमारा जो सेशन होगा बेसिकली हम जेमिनी को देखेंगे. उसके बाद हम अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे कि प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग टेक्निक्स क्या होती हैं, किस तरीके से हम अपनी पूरे एक वर्क फ्लो को मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं और उसे इन्हांस कर सकते हैं. लाइक एक LLM मॉडल से बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आंसर कैसे निकलवा सकते हैं. फिर उसके बाद हम देखेंगे इन टेक्निक्स को यूज़ करते हुए हम किस तरीके से कंटेक्स्ट अवेयर एप्लीकेशन बना सकते हैं. फिर लास्टली हम देखेंगे सब मल्टी मोडल फीचर्स जो हमारे LLM या हमारे इन जेने एप्लीकेशंस के अंदर होंगे. Moving forward, okay, just to give you a glimpse, we will have at least 8 to 9 slides. Like I call this a boring stuff. तो उसके बाद प्रॉपर मैं इसे हैंड्स ऑन लेकर जाऊँगा, आपको एक चीज़ इंटरेक्टिव वे के अंदर करके दिखाऊँगा. सो बेयर विद मी फॉर दिस बोरिंग स्टफ बिकॉज दिस इज़ काइंड ऑफ क्रूशल टू बिल्ड द बेस. आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनाने के लिए सम स्लाइड्स इंफॉर्मेशन ज़रूरी हैं. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं कि गूगल जेमिनी है क्या. इट्स एक्चुअली अ सोटा मॉडल, स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट मॉडल. इन्होंने अभी जो रिसेंट रिलीज़ किया विद जेमिनी 2.5 उसके अंदर इन्होंने ऐसे ऐसे फीचर्स डाले हैं और ऐसे ऐसे इन्होंने बेंचमार्क्स ब्रेक किए हैं. लाइक इट काइंड ऑफ जिसे हम कहते हैं लाइक पूरी इंडस्ट्री थोड़ी सी हिलाई है इन्होंने. तो उसके अंदर जो इसका प्रोमिनेंट फीचर है वो ये मल्टी मोडैलिटी है. लाइक आप इस एक मॉडल से आप टेक्स्ट, आप इमेजेस जनरेट कर सकते हो, वीडियोस जनरेट कर सकते हो, समथिंग लाइक दैट. फिर उसके बाद हमारे पास एडवांस्ड रीजनिंग आ जाती है कि इन्होंने जो 2.5 है इसके अंदर अपनी रीजनिंग स्टेप्स भी इंक्लूड कर दिए हैं. कि पहले क्या होता था कि LLM सिर्फ टोकन पे टोकन जनरेट करता था, लेकिन अब LLM रीज़न भी करता है कि ओके अगर मेरे पास ये क्यूरी आ गई है तो मैं इसको किस तरीके से सॉल्व करूँगा. फिर उसके बाद हमारे पास आ जाता है कि हाईली एफिशिएंट एंड फास्ट. इसके आंसर्स पहले मॉडल्स के आंसर्स थोड़े से एफिशिएंसी में कम थे, लेकिन 2.0 फ्लैश और 2.5 इन मॉडल्स के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा एफिशिएंसी बढ़ गई है. ओके, सो आफ्टरवर्ड्स लाइक these are 3 major points. फिर इसके बाद हम move forward to next slide. That's basically Gemini's potential, glimpse into future. So what kind of work we can do with Gemini? Okay, sure. Cool. So what kind of work we can do with the Gemini? So first up we have the creative content. Like it can be very helpful in creating a lot of contents. Like I know some of the marketing agencies who are integrated this Gemini model into their pipeline, and they're building a lot of creative content. So like it's more like they're a handy chatbot that understand their requirements and generate very structured output according to their requirement. We will see this part in action as well. And then some of the agencies, like I mentioned, they have integrated full-fledged system that can use this Gemini model to do multiple tasks. It can generate codes, it can do like QA sessions with chatbot, something like that. One more important features that is with the Gemini, it's code generation. To be honest, with their latest model of 2.0 and 2.5, the code generation part is really up to mark. It's like you get very efficient, very accurate code using these models. And then there's another like potential that we can use this model to analyze a lot of data because it has so big context window that you can put big files into this prompts, and then it will analyze those data and give you some stats onwards. Then there comes the prompt engineering part. So basically, what is prompt engineering? If we ask ourselves, so it's an art, to be honest, because LLM has been trained with so many corpus of data. It has seen so many data. So if you ask a question, so it will somewhat try to find some relevant answer from that corpus of data. So it maybe generate some really good answer in the first type. It can generate some bad or hallucinated answer. So what this prompt engineering does is basically force LLM to give you answer according to your own needs rather than just generating very generic answers. So why it matters, again, the quality of output. If you use really good prompts, we will see in a bit how. If you use really good prompts, then the quality of output is gonna skyrocket. Then there is like, if you use specific prompt for your specific use case, then it will generate the answer according to your use case rather than generic way. Similarly, like I mentioned, poor prompts definitely give very, very vague results. So moving forward to elements of the prompts. So we understand, okay, there is a term, there is an art that's called as prompt engineering, in which we actually modify prompts, or we devise some techniques to modify those prompts such that LLM can generate really high accurate results. But there is a particular, I can say, an element to devise a prompt, and these are these four major things. Like, first we have a persona, then we have task, then we have context, then we have format. So what is a persona? So usually when we try to ask an LLM, okay, hey, generate me an essay on cars, so it will try to generate some next word predictions and more like a very simple essay on the car. But what if we add a persona? How? We will tell LLM, okay, LLM, you have an experience of 15 years of a person who have been into car industries, who have super skills in selling, purchasing, in car modification, and based on all these persona type, you have to craft a essay. So this time LLM will be more specific towards that tone. So it will try to adopt that persona, it will try to become that person who has 14 years of experience and try to generate answer based on that persona. Then we have this task. The second element is task. So basically what we need to do is clearly define what is our intent, what we want LLM to do. So it can be like write a social media post, write an essay on cars. So this is a task. So make sure to make it very clear, do not make it complex. So the simple you put the task into LLM context or LLM chat, so more better LLM will able to generate response. Then we have this context. So in LLM world, if I have to remove all of these things and only put one element in prompt engineering, then I will put this context along with other, like definitely there will be a task part, but this context has so much weightage, because without this LLM doesn't have any idea like what kind of thing I have to generate. But with context, LLM get more understanding, okay, if this is a task and this is the context, this is the way I need to generate the next token. So in our example of write a social media post, we can provide some of our product details. Okay, these are our product details, these are our target audience, we are targeting millennials. So these kind of context we can provide to LLM so that it can generate more specific results. Then there is a last part is format. We tell LLM, okay, you understand my requirement, what I want is to generate the output in a specific format. For example, it can be a bullet points, it can be an email to some boss or something. So these are kind of basic four elements of a good prompt. Then comes there is a difference that I have just created. So there is bad prompt and there's a good prompt. So you need to see this thing. What I can do, I can actually show you. Let's move toward this AI Studio, and okay, cool. So we have this something bad prompt, what we call as a okay, it's trying to put it as a picture. So yeah, so if I just hit enter, write something about shoes, so it will just generate very random and vague result. But if we try to create our prompt based on last 4 points that I just mentioned, 4 elements. So like first we are creating a persona. You are copywriter of a luxury shoes brand. So there is our task: write a short persuasive product description of our new line of Italian leather shoes or loafers. Then this is our context, like we are targeting what kind of audience. Then this is our final output description. The output should be no more than 100 words. So if I try to put here, and okay, the same problem. Yeah, so I just need to control shift V. Yeah, if I try to put this question now, so you can see like okay, this thing try to create a very, okay, I understand the issue. So we are trying to use Gemini image generation model to do the text generation, so that's why it was performing poor. Let's try it again with actual word model, or LLM, what I call it. So now I will click hit enter. So okay, this is something it generated, something similar, because we have devised our 100 words prompt. So if I try to use something 1000 words, maybe 10,000 words, so it will try to generate more detailed answer. Here you go. So yeah, this is something how these prompts and these elements of prompts works. Moving forward, we have some prompting techniques. First up is our in context learning. I just want to make sure, like this is totally what I say, slide part. So we will do most of these things practical. Just bear with me for a few more minutes so that we can cover this basic understanding. So whenever we are defining prompts, there are different techniques that we should adopt in our prompt to get better results. First is definitely in context learning, or in a simple way, you just put your prompt and you get the results. That's it, nothing much. Like you put the same prompt that we used previously, you put it into LLM and we will get results. Then we have K-shot or few shot prompting. So what will this thing do? We will include our question, we will include the same prompt, but we will also give LLM some example. Okay, if this is the prompt, this is the output I'm expecting. So this way LLM will better understand, okay, what kind of output a user is expecting. So if I go to this example, like we have a translator prompt, we use English to French. So I use this word, it translated to French. I use this word, it translated to French. So these are the few short example that we are providing it to LLM. So when I put this cheese thing, then it will try to only generate this translation into French, nothing more, nothing less. So this is something that few shot prompting does. Other than that, we have some chain of thought prompting and zero shot chain of thought. So in chain of thought, we force LLM to think step by step to reach a goal, or to give an output that is quite complex. So that's the base of chain of thought. So we force LLM by introducing this part, like we will ask LLM a question, then we will start this chain of thought. Okay, if Roger have 5 balls, just like we human do, 2 cans of 3 tennis balls, and each is 6 tennis balls. So this is how we force LLM to do this chain of thought or reasoning steps. And lastly, there's also like zero shot chain of thought. So in this example, we first put the question, then we put a sample example to LLM as well. So whenever we try to put another question, so LLM will do this chain of thought reasoning. But in zero shot, we don't provide an example, we just put LLM and we just say, LLM, just think step by step. So this kind of force LLM to, okay, go towards this chain of thought prompting. Then we have this level of prompt pyramids. So again, no matter how well or how good you use these elements, you use this prompt technique to create a prompt, still there is a chance that LLM will still fail to generate answer according to your requirement. So then there is this prompt iteration part. So you have to keep iterating your prompt till you get your desired output. Then there is role playing part that we just mentioned, that it's really important to define a persona. So if you are adding iterations, so you might want to change this persona part a little bit, so that LLM may adopt to your requirements. Then there is the chain of thought prompting that we just basically discuss, and then this few short learning as well. So moving forward, I believe that's most interactive part that we need to do. That's a hands-on part. So I will move towards the AI studio. So just in case if you don't know, so you just go Google and search this Google AI Studio. So this is a studio that Google has made public just for like researchers or developers to interact with Google technologies free of cost. It's more like just like ChatGPT playground, but with more advanced feature. We will see in a second. So meanwhile, I will see if we have any question. Can we switch to English? English screen not shared. Is my screen visible to all? I believe it is.
Yes, it is visible.
Awesome. So if there's an issue, please let me know. So here we have this amazing AI studio. To be honest, okay. So one more thing, we will be giving away credits, Google Cloud credits. So either way, you can access this AI studio and most of its part in a paid way in Google Cloud. Using Vertex AI. Another way is just simply go to this website aistudio.google.com. So it's totally free of cost. You don't have to pay anything, and moreover it provides some API keys so that you can interact with their APIs as well. Totally free of cost, but yes, there is a quota limit. You can't exceed that. So running, moving towards this right tab. So this is our Gemini 2.0 flash showing, but if I show you, these are some state-of-the-art models. We will cover these two, Gemini 2.5 and Gemini 2.0. So in Gemini 2.0 we have these further models: Flashlight, Flash, and Flash Preview Image Generation. So first and third, these are more focused towards what I say, text generation part. You can see some context here. So there is the input cost, there is output cost, and what kind of things they are really good at, and what are the use cases that we can do. Similarly, if you hover to other models, you can see some other information. So these are basic models. Coming towards Gemini 2.0 2.5 Flash. So this is state of the art model. Do we have later in the group? Yeah, we will share that as well. So we will okay, this is our Gemini 2.0 2.5. So these are SOTA models, kind of the ones that Google just publicly made available for the audience. So one more thing, or one important thing for these particular models, Gemini 2.5 has a reasoning capability. So if I ask something like help me build a code for the testing in Python, hit enter, then you will see it will start thinking, just like O3 from Google, from ChatGPT. So other models do not have these thinking capabilities, but with 2.5 it has added this. So it will think a lot of step, like you can see all this step, like what is the goal, structuring the test. So all these things it will do, and then it will generate this code for you. So coming towards this model, we will use Gemini 2.5 Flash because it's quite fast. So in thinking, you have to wait for these delays, but 2.5 Flash is quite fast. So I will tell some of these stats that are in this right tab. So first up is our token count. So it will tell us how much token we have used or put into the chat. So this is the max limit. So this is the max we can use the tokens in one particular chat window. Then we have this temperature. So temperature kind of in simple way, temperature add creativity or remove creativity. That's a simple example of temperature. How it does is basically in technical part it work with the distribution of probabilities, but we will not go into this. But if we increase the temperature to 2, it will generate very creative result. But if we decrease the temperature to 0 or 0.5 or 2, then it will be very cohere or similar answer. It will generate very similar answer, but if we increase the temperature, it will be very creative. Then we have these amazing tools. So this is the structured output. So for example, I will ask LLM to maybe let's turn it off and ask LLM generate 10 movies name with the maybe okay with the actor name as well. So if I put this, so what it will do, it will generate this name in this way, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. But if I need this information, I'm a developer, I need this information in maybe some structured output. I will enable this structured output. I will go to editor. I can add some properties here as well. Okay, I need 2 strings. Maybe first can be movie name, second can be actor name. So these are 2 strings. I will put it enable. So now if I ask the question, so what it will do, if you see this, it will start generating the output in a structured way, in a more JSON format, we can say. So before it wasn't doing this, but with this it is starting doing. Then there is a code execution part. It's simple as it sounds. So if you have some test cases, or maybe what we can do, we can put this code that it generated and let's see what output it gives. So if I just hit enter and with the code generate execution enabled, so it will generate this, it will actually run this code in the backend of Google Gemini. Then there is this function calling. We can call some function. First we need to define, like we can call some APIs, something like that. Whose mic is enabled, please? Turn your mic off. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have this grounding with Google search. So this is one of the coolest feature, I believe. So it enable what we call as a web search. So if you are not getting any answer from this LLM, maybe it hasn't been trained on that part, so what you can do, you can simply enable this grounding with Google search. So now if you ask a question, then it will first Google that thing, get the result, put it into LLM, and then generate the answer on top of that. So it's really helpful. If your LLM doesn't have that training data, you just put this Google search on and it will start analyzing all these things. So I can maybe give an example of let's make it simple. What or maybe who is Prime Minister of Pakistan as of today? So because its data has been cut off maybe 2023 or 4, so it will start doing Google search, and as of May 31 Prime Minister of Pakistan is Shehbaz Sharif. So that's what Google search did. It also gives some sources from where it picked this answer. So this is how the Google search work. Okay, this is very vague or simple example, but you can incorporate your big or complex queries into this as well. Then we have this amazing thing is called URL context. What I can do, I can basically go into Google prompt engineering document, pardon my words. So maybe just for sake of example, I will put this, and I will put this link and put it into this Gemini 2.0, and this enable this URL context and ask help me understand what is in this link. So it will first read the context, all the things that is in this link, and then try to generate the response on top of this. This is really cool feature for me as well. Like there are a lot of documents, for example Python document, so we can simply put Python document, whole document page in it, and it will start analyzing the page, and if you have any query to specific thing, it will generate based on these documents. So these are basic tools that we can use with Gemini. And then there is advanced settings. So this is a stop token. So what this do, we define character or word on which we want LLM to stop generating. So what LLM do, we define the stops dot as a stop sequence. So what LLM do is find as soon as any dot appear in the generation, it will stop its generation. So for example, if I ask who are you and what you can do, so if I disable it and I ask this question, who are you and what you can do, you can see it is generating really good answer. But if I add this dot and here, so if I ask the same question, so it will only generate this answer. Why? Because it find dot here, and as soon as it finds this dot, it stops generating. Then these are some output sequence length, that how much length we want in our output. Max of you can go with 8192, but keep in mind different models have different sequence length. And then there is the top P. So top P kind of pick the highest probability. So if we define 0.95, so it will pick those tokens that cumulative sum is 0.95. so again, it's technical that we will not cover here. We will see more like our kind of not exactly non-technical, but this kind of thing required a dedicated session. So moving towards the next part, we have this streaming part, and to be honest, that's super amazing. Just in case if you haven't gone through streaming part, please do go. So for example, if I go with the talk, and now I will be talking with Google Gemini. So hi Gemini, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing right now?
I'm here to assist you with any questions you might have or to chat with you.
Cool.
How can I help?
So the thing is that it is listening very in a way like whenever I speak, even if it is talking, it will stop talking and start listening to myself. So everything is now being recorded. So if we have any question, queries, or maybe we want some voice applications, we can use this streaming model from Google Gemini. We can tune different kind of parameters. So I will stop the streaming because it has seen a lot of it has listened a lot of words. But the most amazing part is this share screen part. So what we will do, we will just simply maybe share our entire screen, and now this Gemini is actively seeing my screen. So I will ask, hey Gemini, what is this document about?
This document is the official documentation for Python version 3.11.3.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you point where I can find the facts in this document? I'm not able to find any facts.
Sure, I can help with that. On the right side of the page, you should see a section titled Documentation Sections. Within that section, there's a link labeled FAQs. Click on that link to find the frequently asked questions.
Cool, thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this streaming part. But I will make sure that I will showcase its real capabilities when we do some maybe coding part. Like I will try to create a mini application using this Gemini API keys. So then we have this image or media generation part. So we have seen this video that's like breaking a lot of benchmarks, and there are a lot of couple models that we have in Gemini. So first up is our Gemini image generation. So here if you click on this, you can generate an image, for example a cat with a mouse in his hand and cheese in other hand, something like that. So okay, yeah. Okay, there's one mouse, there's one cheese, and there's one extra hand. Although we can work on this by adding more context in the prompt, just we discussed previously how context matter. Maybe I can show here as well. So make sure the cat only has two hands and two legs, something two legs, something like that. So this is kind of more context. So now let's see how the Gemini model will generate or stop this hallucination part. And one good thing is that you can go into full image part, and you can also download the image. Okay, there's still this hallucination. We might need to kind of what I say, add more context, more and more context. Here comes our iteration part. Make sure it doesn't have 3 hands, only 2 hands should be enough. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, it's generating. I will again go into AI Studio. We will go into generate part. So here you can generate some speeches. You can use this Imagine model to generate really high quality images. Okay, these are 2 different variants in the image generation, and each depends upon the generation quality and the model it has been trained on. Okay, it's not working. I'm not sure why. Maybe we need to figure that. Maybe the model underline is the reason, not the prompt. So we can try with this Imagine model because that's more better model than the previous one. So let's see how well it generates. Meanwhile, it's generating, and we will move towards the last part of this AI Studio. That's called as a build. So what we'll do, we will use Gemini to build full-fledged application. So for example, I like this Gemini powered code review. So we will make an application that will analyze the code using Gemini and give us some reviews. So let's click on this. It will build a prompt, and if we click on build, it will start generating the whole thinking coding process. So that's being done on the runtime. So this IDs, everything is being set by Gemini. So let's give it some time and see how it works. Meanwhile, we can shift towards our image generation. So again, it's underlying model that sometimes hallucinate. So if you increase or if you upgrade to bigger models, then you will reduce the hallucination as well. So some aspect ratio that we can define as well in this model. So here we are generating all of this code, all of these files for the code review, and that's super quick and amazing being done with this Gemini. So it has thought and it has created these checklists. Okay, we will generate these kind of things, files for the code review, and that's pretty awesome. Like imagine you are a developer and you got a task from Upwork or something, that's something similar, that hey, I want to generate a code reviewer with the Gemini capabilities, and instead of writing these lines of code, you just come here. Okay, are you sure I want to leave this page? I didn't say to leave this page. Okay, cool. So we have this amazing code, and generate a snake. Help me generate a snake game with one little bug in it. So we will first ask LLM to generate some code, and there will be some bug in it. So we will put this in our code reviewer and see if the code reviewer is able to actually identify that bug. So here's the code reviewer, and we will put it into code review part. So any question or something? Can I get the cheese? Yeah, absolutely. So we will take the question at the end. Please bear with me for a few more minutes, I can say. So it will start reviewing. So the whole fledged application is live. You can download the whole file and you can simply upload it somewhere. So this is just one simple example. There are a lot of other applications that you can build. So here's the AI review part. So this is start analyzing the code. Let's see if it's there is a clear basic implementation. Contains a while true loop, while while because or simply return a queue output exit the program recently. So okay, it has find this bug. Cool. So this is how we can build these full-fledged applications using Gemini. Again, this is one simple example. These are a lot of tons of examples that people have already built. So maybe you can mumble jumble. You can build full-fledged games as well. So anything you have in your mind, all you need to do is just craft into a prompt and put it into the build part. Rest the magic will be done by the Gemini. So this is the beauty of Gemini models and the whole ecosystem that they have built. So moving forward to our mostly last part, almost we have covered this chat part, then streaming part where we have talk, webcam, share screen. And the webcam is really good. Like you can simply turn on the webcam and start LLM. Okay, I'm looking what thing I can improve, or how my lip sync is going on, how my voice is. You can train yourself using these webcam. So it will be kind of your tutor or mentor who will analyze your webcam and give you some suggestion as well. So these are 3 features we covered. We covered this generate media part. We covered this build with Gemini. Now we will see, okay, this is something we have done full-fledged into this studio, but what if I want to build these things using some sort of API so that I can build a production-ready application? How I can do that? But to do that, we must need to get this API key, and we will use this code. So one good thing is that this thing I need to cover. So if you want to provide a system prompt or a persona, you click on here and you add the persona here as well. So act like a funny chatbot to give jokes every time. So now if I ask a question, write me an essay on cars, so it will adopt to this persona. So it will be little humorous way, love fear. So normally we don't get this kind of answer, but with this persona or system prompt we can get these things. Then we have this code part. So if I want every single thing that's I've been doing in this playground, we can get some code as well. We can build some application. So I will copy this. What I will do, I will open collab so that we have some environment to run. I will create a new window. We will call it as a Gemini workshop maybe. So here is this Gemini workshop. Cool. So I paste this code here. So it's using the models. Every single thing is being done. And we have to define environment variable as well for this. Okay, it's connecting. So meanwhile it's connecting, let me show you the documentation that we have this whole Gemini. So if I want to build an application in future, how can I build application? They have defined a very robust documentation for text generation, image generation, video generation, speech, music, every single thing. So how image generation works, they have defined this code where we just use base64 to interact with the images. Similarly for video generations, they have also defined this code. My net is quite down at the moment, but yeah, that's the documentation that they have. So we will go back to the overview. So yeah, it's connected. Our Gemini is connected. So I will create, let's first refresh. Okay, I will create a file name as .env, and in the .env we will paste this environment variable key, and I will create environment variable. So how to create an Gemini API key to build these kind of applications in your own local system. So you will click on this get API key, and then you will you might have existing keys, but you will need to I will delete this and I will create a new one here. So we will create a new click. We can call this as a Gemini workshop, and okay, it is starting to find a project. Okay, create a key, and maybe okay, I got the idea. So I need to click on the Gemini API. So for the key, you first have to create a project into your Google console. So this is how you create this key. So you will need to copy this key and you will paste it here. Once saved, now you can simply hit enter into this code, and it will start. Okay, API, use the Google API provider Vertex AI. location and client Gemini API key. Maybe it's not getting key. OS stored environment .get Gemini API key, and we have saved this key. Or maybe I can do this one thing is basically brute force the technique. Yeah, now it's working. Cool. So I will insert our text. Who are you and what you can do. Okay, cool. If I ask this question, so it will start generating answer. So everything is in our environment. We can build some. I'm sorry about that, guys. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, cool. So this is kind of how we can build this whole Gemini system. Just one thing that I said that I will share you here. So I will go in the streaming part. I will share my screen, entire screen, and what I will do is basically I will ask LLM to maybe do this and this. Okay, hey Gemini, I'm getting this error and this is my code. Let me know how I can fix this error.
It seems like you have a syntax error in your API key string. You need to make sure that the API key is enclosed in quotation marks correctly. It looks like you might be missing a closing quotation mark.
So,
could you please check?
Yeah, you mean this? I need to do this thing?
Yes, exactly. Make sure there's a closing quotation mark at the end of your API key.
Okay,
that should fix the syntax error.
This is an exclamation mark, not a quotation. Can you please look into this again? Is it the correct way to go with the API key?
Ah, I see. It looks like you've put an exclamation mark instead of a closing quotation mark at the end of your API key. You need to replace that exclamation mark with a double quotation mark to properly enclose the string. That should resolve this.
Is it correct right now?
Yes, that looks correct now. The API key is
Thank you. So yeah, that's something that I was trying to showcase. Like, although there's still some hallucination, mainly because of how it is fetching the stream. Maybe it fetched this whole part previously, and it started on stream based on that. It didn't understand, it didn't capture the exclamation, so that's why it do hallucination, but most of the time it will be giving you really accurate answer. So sometimes you are doing kind of coding, and on the live it is seeing your code and giving you suggestion. That's something good part that we can go with this Gemini streaming part. So that's pretty much it, folks. Yeah, if you have any question, now is the time we can ask. So just in case if you want to connect, so this is kind of my socials. You can connect with me on these socials. So cool. I will look into these questions. If anyone have any question, please do ask. Yeah. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. I will start from the questions. So can we please recording session? Yeah, I will try to share the recording session with Ali. He will share in the group. So next question: can we make a mobile app through Gemini? Absolutely, you can make a mobile application. Although it will give you whole full-fledged code, so you can just paste into relevant environment, and you're good with that. And matter of fact, I believe in the build part, I have seen some mobile application games as well. So yes, you can use this Gemini since it has the coding capabilities. You can definitely generate this mobile application. Can we get full recording? Yes. Can I get the cheese? Hopefully in some future Gemini can give some cheese. we get the full recording. What do you suggest for beginner in developing field, as AI is booming and most of education is becoming more remote and threatening the learning journey? Okay, that's a good question from Anzish, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So AI is going to be there in the future. Definitely it's gonna disrupt a lot of industries. Definitely it's gonna what I say is fire a lot of folks. So what we can do as a beginner, as a fresher, even we have some core skills, is basically lean our future goals towards the AI. So I'm not saying that stop everything and start learning AI. No, whatever you're doing, keep doing, but just make sure give a top of AI on whole your process. So if you're a web developer, do learn how you can integrate AI APIs into your web application, how you can make your mobile application more AI friendly, something like that. So make sure to learn AI, specifically Gen AI, right? Because that's the crucial skills that's going to happen in coming years. And even the top what I can say scientists or researchers have also given us some indication for this as well. So I hope I answered this question. So is Gemini better than OpenAI? So that's a broad question, Hasnat, if I'm pronouncing your name right. So both models have some trade-offs. So some models are good in one particular domain, some models are good in other particular domains. So I can't compare like Gemini better than OpenAI, because there are some aspects in Gemini that's top-notch, the speed, the accuracy. In OpenAI, there are some certain things like the reasoning capabilities, the coding part is still the best considered. So again, there's a trade-off in these models. So we have to see like what's our requirement, which model is fulfilling our requirement, and then we will adopt that model into our system. Brother, what do you think will be the most demanding skills in upcoming year? Okay, that's again a really broad question. Definitely a lot of changes is going to be there in upcoming years. We can't simply predict like AI is gonna be there, because maybe AI will become so advanced that it doesn't need any developer for its correction. But one prominent thing that's gonna be there, I believe, or most indicators that it's more focused towards the Gen AI. So if you are into AI, first learn the basic of AI and data science, and shift as soon as you can towards the generative AI part. So that's where the beauty is, and that's where the most focus of companies are. So start learning into Gen AI, start understanding how LLMs generate next token, start understanding how we can optimize these responses. So these are kind of information that you have to understand well in the Gen AI, and you have to learn these things as well. How we to become a data scientist? So data scientist is a very broad term, Fahim. So to become a data scientist, you first start with the math, because that's the most crucial part. Then you will move towards the data engineering. You will need to better understand how data is engineered, how to pre-process the data. Then you will move towards the machine learning part, a predictive destructive machine learning, and then you will move towards the deployment part. That's how this is a flow of a data scientist. And yeah, there's some modification in it as well. So yeah, how can we, okay, we have very limited time. There's a lot of good questions, but we need to give away one what I can say GitHub shared coupon. So I will wind up it in a very precise way. Is it all free, or whatever you just use? Everything is free. Whatever I use is totally free. But yes, there's some premium features other than these that you can get in Vortex AI, and for that you need some credits. And I hope the TensorFlow group team will share some credit with some of you folks. This is the third session. Last two were seemed like today, or this session was continued. I'm not sure on this. The organizer will give you more hint. Then there is a Yasser Ahmed sir, हम अपना मॉडल कैसे बनाएंगे, लाइक इमेज रिकॉग्नाइजेशन और फेस रिकॉग्नाइजेशन. ओके, इसके लिए यासर आपको लाइक बेसिकली डीप लर्निंग टेक्निक्स सीखनी पड़ेंगी. देयर आर ओपन सोर्स मॉडल्स. आपको अपना बनाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि अपना बनाओगे तो डेफिनेटली बहुत ज़्यादा एफर्ट्स पुट करनी पड़ेंगी, बहुत ज़्यादा कंप्यूटेशनल रिसोर्सेज रिक्वायर्ड रहते हैं. तो वो एक ऑप्टिमल अप्रोच नहीं है. ऑलरेडी बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छे ओपन सोर्स मॉडल पड़े हैं, उनको यूज़ करो अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स के लिए. शेयर्ड गिव अवे व्हेन वेरी सून. वो यू इन द लास्ट if you're in last year what skills so you get definitely Samir. I will go with the Gen AI. If I have to bet on something, I will bet on Gen AI. Even if I'm in the last year, second year, third year, I'm gonna definitely bet on Gen AI. But I'm not saying other fields जो बाकी fields हैं वो अब फारग हो गई हैं, नहीं, उनकी भी बहुत डिमांड है, ठीक है. लेकिन Gen AI समथिंग जिसके अंदर एंट्री बैरियर बहुत कम है, क्योंकि अभी थोड़ी ये न्यूली ग्रोन फील्ड है. तो इसमें आपके पास अगर 50% भी नॉलेज हो, यू विल गेट सम जॉब. Main task of data scientist, I just shared how get full access of Google AI Studio. This is the way, like, you just go into aistudio.google.com, you create your account, you get the access. Do I get the cloud print now? I don't understand this question. My work is manual. I have Excel sheets. Okay, I have a hard stop on one. Please, I will. You can share your question maybe in the WhatsApp group chat. I will try to cover those there as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Great session. Thank you, Samir. I hope you folks learn something, if not much, but something that can boost your productivity in your day-to-day life.